It's over, game over. You can't go back and say, well, let me reset 40 years ago. You have to grab it. You have to make it happen. And here's the real nice surprise. The bonus round is when you get that infectiously enthusiastic and passionate about it, then it becomes contagious and other people get it. And not everybody will get it because it's not for everybody. Maybe that's why Baskin-Robbins has 31 flavors, you know? Maybe it's not for everybody, but the ones that do get it, man, they get it so hard. And that's where the beauty of it is. It's magic. It's almost, I don't mean this blasphemously, but it's almost spiritual. It's almost like you're just involved in this thing that you're blessed with the opportunity to be a part of, and you're charged with the responsibility as its keeper to present and share it with the folks that want to find it. And that's what's so exciting about you all and the world that awaits you today with those 11 million tourists. That's probably more like 11 and a half last year. Unofficially, I don't know yet, but it's north of 11 million tourists. This social media will bring them to you. This social media, this whole new platform, it's a brave new world out there, and it's changing transformatively right before your very eyes. And you guys are sitting right here on the cusp of being able to harness that and develop and cultivate that to the best of your ability with the guidance and direction of the people that are teaching you and showing you, and you study and you read and you figure it out. And man, these are exciting times. These are very exciting times. This social media, back in the day, in tourism, it was roadside attractions. Well, the roadside today is that information highway that everybody has in their hand on your device. And you've got instant global connectivity. And you can go right now and see videos all about the store. You know, any and everything has some sort of a representation through technology in the internet and in the web. And we haven't even mastered the way to harness that, but we're so excited about sharing this beacon of yesteryear, this authentic, old, cool general store that's nothing that special and certainly not fancy, but what it is honest and it's authentic. And because of those devices and because of social media and because of our website and the ability for people to feed back and share and interconnect, we have people in our store every week from all over the world. You would not believe the people that come into this store, our store, the Shelby Forest General Store. And it's not because of us. It's just they heard about it. They heard about it. It's got a global brand to it now. And all we've done is just kept it going and loved it and nurtured it and maintained it and shared it. But we have people in the store all the time from all over the world. And I could tell you all stories and anecdotes and, oh my God, are you kidding me, kind of stuff. And I'll be happy to do that later on. But right now, I'm going to stop and pass to this young lady right here.
Hello, everyone. So I am representing Metro Memphis Association of Attractions. And so this organization is very unique as far as cities are concerned. A lot of cities have hotel lodging associations. A lot of them have HSMAI. But years ago, back in the 80s, the group of attractions, Children's Museum, even back then, Liberty Land and places like that, they wanted to make sure that we had an association that focused on the needs of attractions. And so from that organization, it started out with attractions. And matter of fact, these are actually members of the association that we, as hotels, we needed to connect. Rarely do people come in, and one of my past presidents used to say this all the time, people do not come to Memphis to say, let me sleep in a bed at Hugh Hotel or at the Sheraton, anything like that. They want to see some of the great attractions that we have. A lot of times we are in Memphis Memphis, we take for granted all the great attractions that we have. We have over 60 attractions in the city of Memphis in Shelby County. 60 attractions right here. And when I first moved here, I remember seeing a list, and that was my goal, was to go to almost every attraction because they're gems. Like we have a member who is at the funeral home off of Poplar. And you go, why would a funeral home be an attraction? Does anybody know?
Memorial Park.
Huh?
Memorial Park.
Memorial Park. What's in Memorial Park?
I know it.
You know, it's
The grotto.
the grotto.
Yeah.
It's the grotto. And so she's actually a member of the association. I have to admit, I was like, Memorial Park, why would a funeral home want to be an attraction? Let me tell you, I tell guests about it. It's a unique attraction here in Memphis. I'm not trying to be biased, even though I adore Lisa and everything like that. But the Stax Museum is one of my personal favorite attractions. It is actually my go-to place when life gets tough or the hotel gets tough, because it's about the music, and the music just fills my soul. This past week I sent several guests, and I mean, one of them was like almost, matter of fact, he was getting on my nerves, he kept on talking about it. And they had live music that day, and somebody was recording, and he just felt like he was made part of history in Memphis. And so we have all these great attractions that we have here, from Orpheum Theater. The Orpheum Theater is fantastic. It's a beautiful place, and everything that they have there. And we were talking about it not too long ago, that the Orpheum Theater used to be, does anybody know what the Orpheum Theater used to be years and years ago? Huh?
Movie theater?
Movie theater. It used to be a Malco. And now it's and Jimmy Ogle was talking about, you all had Jimmy Ogle, he talked about how they saved the Orpheum Theater and all these different things. And from a personal standpoint, I walked by the Orpheum Theater with my father. My father stopped and he looked and he said, I said, what? He says, this used to be the Malco. I says, yes. And he said, Cynthia, we used to have to buy our tickets here, and he had to walk out, walk up the stairs, and he had to watch the movie up there. Back in the day, he's 70-something years old, so it's also part of history. And, you know, my sister and I just reflected, and we were like, wow, how different life is. But it's a part of it, and so, and now I can buy my ticket, go straight in the Orpheum, sit wherever I want to. What a difference, and what a beautiful thing. But even from the Cotton Museum, you know, the Cotton Museum is nice. We have so many attractions, and so our goal is to enhance and make sure not only from a perspective of Memphis, but attractions and hotels that we work together. So if I got a group coming in, we want them, and we're gonna tell them about these different attractions, and same way with those attractions. So we have several members who are, we have a membership side that's attractions, and then we have a membership side that's non-attractions. So a lot of those are hotels and non-hotel represented, because we wanna make sure that we enhance tourism as a whole. Membership-wise, we have strong membership. Even Kimmis Wilson School of Hospitality is a member, because it's about enhancing tourism and making sure that this not only, we talked about how many visitors are in town and different things like that, but it is one of the top industries in this city. It is one of the top industries in the city. So we feel that the attractions is very important to the city, but also when you're looking at a career and path, so many people, we have a person who is a member, and he's actually a past president, and he tells a story, and I think some of you all may have been in this class. He started out working at Liberty Land, and he was, what's the bear? The character at Liberty Land. That's how he started his hospitality career. So, Rock and Soul Museum, they're members of our association. Of course, Graceland is a member of our association, and so the list goes on and on and on. And so don't forget about the attraction side of it when you're looking at the world of hospitality.
Before you go any further, I have one quick sidebar. You folks may remember Gina Neely, who was here a couple of weeks ago, and she was late. And I showed a video from Memphis Tourism that had a dance routine to it.
Mm-hmm.
And you may remember some guy who was standing in front of what looked like Shelby Forest General Store
Yeah.
doing a dance routine. Well,
Him.
Yeah.
Doug sitting right in front
Live
of
and
you.
in person.
The star of the show.
I think almost everybody has seen that video because I've shown it too. And then when Jean Marie comes from Memphis Tourism, she shows it also. So everyone knows who you are in this class.
You
And
still
your-
get
and your
a,
favorite dance.
you still get a pretty strong royalty check out of that
No.
deal?
And ironically, that video almost didn't happen because I all but hung up on the guy. Then he came out in person, and I really thought they were trying to exploit Justin. And he finally convinced me that they were doing this out of respect and tipping the hat and acknowledging, home down kid done well kind of thing. When he showed me that the Convention and Visitors Bureau was behind the production and that it was Justin's mom and somebody else over there that had put together the list of 6 places, then I realized that it was an honor and a tribute to Justin. But we get pranked about Justin so much. For those of you all, if there are any of you all that don't know this, the store, the front porch of the store is where Justin would run over after school across the street, Jeter Elementary, every day to try and catch and meet his idol, Al Green, who's a property owner down the road and would hang out at the store. And one day that happened. And that's Justin telling the story, not me. But I mean, it happened right there on the front porch. It's kind of like the old George Washington slept here thing, only this is Justin met Al Green right here. But that's